What is up, everybody? Welcome back. This is a really exciting one because WoW Retail has not been doing so hot, as you may have noticed. So we got some tuning changes coming in for next Tuesday that are definitely going to be at least a little bit of an impact. May not change everything completely, but there's one class that I play that is getting remarkably stronger, and I'm very excited. So let's get right into it. Death Knights here. So their developer note was at high haste levels. It was possible for summon Gargoyle at low cast of Gargoyle Strike. To help remedy that, we are reducing the cast speed and increasing the damage done to compensate for the lower cast speed. 15 jumps outside, 3-minute cooldown. Okay, and then a bunch of little unholy buffs. Don't really know if these are too impactful. I'm pretty sure most of their damage is like from their dots and whatnot. Maybe the Gargoyle one's impactful, I don't know. But I don't think any of these are too crazy. Death Coil would be if it wasn't PvP. Balance, no change to Star Scourges in PvP. This Denizen of the Dream is really nice, actually. That's their fairy thing. So that's a nice little buff to have, honestly. I don't know, it's not crazy, but it's something a little bit. Preservation of Ochre, 3% overall buff. Living Flame by 15%. That's a lot. Especially on those instant Living Flames that are already hitting like, 100k heals and shit like that. That's a very large buff to have, honestly. Good, it's a PvE. These are all obviously PvE changes here. Resonating Sphere now applies Echo to the first 5. That's not really played in PvP at all. BM Hunter getting damage reduced by 3%. Could easily be 10 and nobody would notice. No, 3 is it's something, I guess, but I wish it was a little more. Survival Hunter, nothing changes in PvP. 10% reduction in PvE. Prot, nerf to Hand of Protector, so it's the WOG healing. Really substantial nerf, honestly. Priest, here we go. So these are the big daddy ones. Holy Nova increased by 30%. This thing, Holy Nova needs to get buffed like 200% to be viable, honestly. Okay, so their developer note was we were aiming to bring Discipline's mana consumption in line with other healers. We observed the spec consistently running out of resources before other healers. Throughout Dragonflight, separately, Power Word Shield has been weaker than we intended, so we are increasing its power. So Power Word Shield buffed by 25%. That is a huge buff. And they're reducing the mana cost by 7%. So that is quite a lot as well. Renew getting the mana cost reduction. Didn't think this was that crazy until I read this. Fix a bug causing Renewed to not have its healing increase by 25%. So is this a 25% buff to Renew too at the same time? Because if that's so, this is a lot of healing. I mean, I didn't even find it useful to press Renew unless you're just like randomly trying to apply an atonement, but it might actually be really good to keep up Renew at all times now. Powered Radiance reduced by 1%. We take that. We take that. Holy, this is another very interesting one. If you are a fan of the Markers videos, you've seen some of my Holy Priest damage videos. This is really big. 15%. I was just playing Holy actually on here. Look at these Holy Fires, upwards of 60k. They average around 35k or so, 30k. 50% is a lot, when you're running Imperial Blaze and you can like chain those out and whatnot. It could be a lot. Smite damage still not that great. It only does like 10k, so it's about 13k or so. It's not that crazy. Resto Shaman, 5.5% all healing reduction. We love that. Their healing was way too good. I would love to bring them down to a place that they actually have to cast, and Riptide, Healing Stream, and Earthshield did not heal as much as all the other healers passively. So let's hope that's enough. Increasing the usability of Druids or mana. Cyclone's short range requires them to get closer to enemies. Cyclone's mana cost decrease. This is like completely not the right idea. The reason to get people to use Cyclone is to freaking tune the other classes down, because you have to push into Cyclone, you're almost automatically giving up your NS by going in for a clone, unless everything else is perfectly covered. If you're in a solo shovel game, especially when there's not a coordination and you're playing a low rated, they're just going to swap you. You're going to force out all your cooldowns just for that one little clone. So the mana cost is, it's something, but it's nothing. Mistweavers, this is our Fistweaver changes here. Developer notes we are specifically targeting Blackout Kick's AoE potential, as we feel Mistweaver's healing has become overwhelming when it can cleave its damage. We also feel Mistweaver's mana regen has been too powerful, so we're adjusting the Spirit of the Crane heavily. Alright, so Rising Sun Kick getting nerfed by 12.5%. Blackout Kick copies, so this is the AoE cleave damage for Blackout Kick, not the initial single target one. Nerfed by 15% in PvP. And Spirit of the Crane now restores a lot less mana than it did before. Do I think this is going to change fist sweeping? Personally, no. I think it will help, but will this stop a fist sweeper from just training a disc priest down in 2s until they die? No. They need to nerf it way more, and they need to nerf the healing from it specifically. If there was a place where their damage, because the damage is annoying, of course, but if the healing wasn't so high, they would have to fall back from doing damage every once in a while, and cast heals, and they would lessen up the offensive pressure. I don't think nerfing. I mean, the damage need to come down a little bit, but they need to nerf the healing from it. Honestly, it should be a fist weaving should be in and out playstyle. Fist weaving. It shouldn't be just fist walker. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. But anyway, fixation that caused copy Blackout Kicks to deal 50% increases damage instead of the intended 30%, so a minor buff to Blackout Kick for Windwalkers. Holy Paladin. This is pretty big because Holy Paladin really hasn't been performing too well in PvP. WOG getting increased by 15% in PvP. Holy Shock healing by 15% as well. Very nice. I would love to see more Holy Paladins. I feel like I don't see any at all. Okay, and then there we go, the big dogs here. Retribution Paladins, remaining powerful. We are nerfing Avenging Wrath by 5% additionally. Damage and healing. The crit modifier down in 5% as well. I really think they should have just went back to 2-minute cooldown. I think 1-minute wings was completely unnecessary. I think that was just really dumb. And if they did do 1-minute wings, they need to nerf the duration of it. It should not be 20 seconds. It should be, let's do like... A 25-second duration is like a 3-minute cooldown. That's what Incarnation is. That's what most 3-minute cooldowns are. So it should really be go down from like 23 to like 12 if you decide to take the short wings down. That's what it should be, and that's a lot more feasible. Like 2 polymorphs, their wings is gone. Divine Protection. This is their damage reduction. Reduces damage by 10% rather than 20. Big nerf. 50% nerf to their wall, which is what's up. It's only 1-minute cooldown. So, Light's celerity is now increasing healing by 20%, down from 50. So a 30% nerf to their Flash of Light modifier. That's pretty big because they have instant flash heals like every 9 seconds or something like that, whatever it is. So survivability nerfs. Sanctified Plates now grants 50% less stamina. I don't know how big that was. Blessing of Sacrifice now is a 10% nerf to sacrifice damage. His Blessing of Sacrifice was really strong as well. So a lot of overall nerfs. Do I think Red's going to stop Reds? No, but it will definitely help. The wings will definitely help. 5% deaths, 5% damage nerf to all that stuff. And this will make them a little bit squishier. So I don't think it's going to change too much. I think you're still going to be Reds all over the place, but step in the right direction. Demonology Warlock. Immutable Hatred now increases your primary Felguard's Legion strike damage by 60% when it damages one target, down from 120. Okay, so boosting attack damage while difficult to avoid. Yeah, so this is not that big of a deal. It does hit pretty hard sometimes, but I have been hit by a 60k Legion strike before. But at the end of the day, is it going to stop Demo Lock? Absolutely not. Takeaway from this, Resto Shaman nerfs are pretty nice to have, and the priest buffs are pretty fucking big, man. I think the 25% buff to shield is so big, and obviously the shield mana cost going down as well, and renew might be pretty impactful as well. But are these enough changes to change the current meta? Really don't think so. I still think Ret Demo Arsham is going to be the best comp in the game. Ret Demo in general, BM Hunters, all that shit's still going to be, crushing it. But step in the right direction, that's all we can hope for, right? So that is all we got for today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you did enjoy the content, and stay tuned for some more changes and some more disciplined priest and holy priest content, because it's about to get really exciting here. So thanks for watching, and I'll hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.